Okay, hello everybody. Good afternoon. Melocchi Master, Raf, for my friends. Okay, today I want to talk about low notes. If you've noticed my voice today, for example, it's sounding a tenor. Usually my voice should be right up there, but lately I've been teaching a few bases, and I'm getting into the groove, and I'm discovering new things, and really figuring out that everybody's a singer, and it doesn't matter if you are pigeonholed as a tenor or you're pigeonholed as a baritone or a bass. You're a singer after all, and sometimes you can surprise people. So, for example, in my case, being a tenor, right? The lowest note usually for a tenor, and that was for a very long time my lowest note, is a C, that basically in some nomenclatures would be so high C, C5, C4, C3, right? So this one. La. Okay, now that for a tenor sounds pretty meaty, but what happens if I start to go lower? Just hear me out for a second, right? So look. So that's a D below that C, a D. La. With a bit of luck, we have a whole octave lower. Am I gonna use this unless I have a mic and a good day? No. But what does this show us? Well, as I explained with the female, teaching female voices video, the stronger your mid and low register, the stronger your higher register is going to be. So we must not neglect the middle range and lower range. And many a times, and I talk from experience, first few years of my career, the majority of criticism came from my middle and lower range, especially the lower range. Now, what have I done apart from allowing nature to take over? And as you grow older, usually your voice gets darker and thicker. But there's a funny thing about tenors. Tenors with age, and for example, I'm going to use Alfredo Kraus again. Usually, tenors, real tenors, they never lose their high notes, but they lose the bottom range. And I say this because, for example, Kraus, rest in peace, at the end of his career, he had such a such a high register that he had to transpose pieces out. For example, Lucia di Lammermoor, he would do that in a concert, and he would transpose it up like half a tone, which is like nuts for us poor mortal souls. Now, how do I manage to have such a low range? Very easy. Vocal fry. That's it. So it's because if I go here, la, that's a pretty Okay, you say, oh, it sounds throaty. Well, that's up to you, okay? But it sounds, and it carries, that carries on the stage. You don't need a mic for this. So the only thing I have to be aware of and be thoughtful about is just going down using this. La, now that's an F. La, so it works. Now, you could tell me, oh yeah, but if I start going this way, maybe I will lose my my upper range because either I don't know, I hear all sorts of mambo jumbo about this. I'm putting too much weight, or I'm doing whatever with my vocal folds or my throat or my apparatus. Well, let's check it out. Let's check it out if I lose any range. Yeah, so let's go seminote, so semitone by semitone. So I'm gonna start on that F, yeah? La. Okay, right? And then I'm just gonna try to go as high as I can. Always feeling that vocal fry thing. Okay, so check it out. I start on a bottom F. La. Okay. Well, I know that I sort of cracked that last note, but it was because that last note was an E flat. So go figure, from a bottom F, which is basically F2, I went to a D5. That's quite impressive. If I don't want to take it so radically, for example, with a high C, that's a high C from a bottom F. La. So do you lose range? No, actually you don't. You don't lose range. So what can we take out of out of this lesson? If you work on your middle and lower register, your upper voice will benefit from it. So please do not neglect that, because from the first, the first time, the first 5 years of my career, I neglected my mid range because they told me, no, don't sing too heavy in the middle register, otherwise you will have no high notes. You'll be too tired. Nothing furthest from the truth. The minute it doesn't matter what repertoire you're doing. If you stay put there, you'll get it. So what happens? For example, I have here Vecchia Cimarra from La Bohème, right? Sorry, I have to do. And actually, I have a version that is even lower than the original. And so I could basically be singing. I mean, it's supposed to start here, and on a C minor, but I'm gonna go even lower. So I'm gonna be on an A minor. So and I start, Vecchia Cimarra senti, io resto al pianto a scendere il sacro monte ora devi le mie grazie ritrovi. Okay, and that's a bottom and I'm a tenor, and I'm singing. Basically the original is something like that. Vecchia Cimarra senti, io resto al pianto. It's okay. Le mie grazie ritrovi. And that's I'm singing the bass aria, or I'm singing the bass aria a few tones lower, and then you say, oh, so would you be able to sing the tenor? I would say yes, of course. So something like, so it would be something. Poiché va preso stanza la speranza. It's the same voice. So, am I saying that, hey, I'm a freak of nature? No, I'm just a singer. And why did I choose La Boheme to illustrate this? Well, I chose La Boheme, of course. Vecchia Zimarra is something that I would never sing. But there is a very, very nice anecdote in which Caruso was singing La Boheme, and all of a sudden the bass, I don't remember the name of the bass in that particular performance, he fell ill. So he was unable to sing the aria. So Caruso disguised himself and performed Vecchia Zimarra. So he basically hid himself in a coat, covered himself, and then he sang it. And nobody sort of noticed. I don't know if this is a bit of a legend and a myth, but I've read it over and over and over. And that gets to prove that at the end of the day, you're a singer. You're a singer, and 80% of singing is in your mind, and 20% is physical. Yeah, absolutely. And of course, you're going to have genetical limits and whatnot. But if you start limiting yourself in your mind and saying, I can't do that, I can't do it, then you will not be able to do it. So that's why, I have basses that I can take them up to a B flat, B flat 4, right? So a high B flat, which is a tenor note. And thus singing a high G, that would be basically maybe the highest note written for that voice type, with the greatest of ease. Is the melocchi or the affondo technique a miracle? No, it's not. Does it help? Hell yeah, it does. So to sum things up, do not neglect the your mid register, because it's the foundation for your upper register. So for example, I'll make a video on la file du régiment, that everybody's scared of, and I'll show you how, by having a strong middle C, you can get that high C, without much fuss. And yes, of course, there will be haters. Please hate. Hate. The more haters I have, the better the channel goes. I would say, oh, I hear constriction. And I say, well, okay, do it better. Yeah, do it better than me. I just, I'm just trying to help people. And by, judging by what I'm receiving, the feedback I'm receiving lately, the phone calls, the messages and stuff, apparently I'm helping people. And I'm very happy about it. So keep safe, and if you have any questions, or, again, if you want to comment on it, either, agreeing or disagreeing, please be respectful. All right, that's all for today. Have a great weekend. And yeah, see you soon. Bye for now.